Howdy partners, this is I Sincerely Remember Outside, or I'll hate you for it lagging. I want to make sure, yeah, you guys know who it is. If it cut off at the beginning, I'm sorry, because that frames per second. But we're going to go ahead and get into this, and, wow, okay, my door slamming. This is going to be Frau, the fat-ass pony queen. We're going to call you fat ass because you mentioned ponies, and I don't like you. This is going to be Catastrol as the apothecary, Space Marine Apothecary, the Imperial Guard Lord General. Over here, Savagur, we're going to call you Savage. Oh, Savage Riot, okay, I get you. Savage Riot as the Eldar Warp Spider Exarch. Over here is going to be Gutterpin, the Space Marine Force Commander. I commend you, sir. This is going to be DoW2R, the Space Marine Apothecary, and then this is going to be Head, the Space Marine Tech Marine. So I'm guessing these people are friends and they got into the game together and decided to do like a faction battle or something. Pretty cool. We'll see how this game goes down. I'm excited. Thanks for sending me the replays, guys, by the way. I really appreciate it. It gives me something to do, and I really enjoy casting your games and helping, you know, give advice. These scouts over here for DoW2R getting owned by the enemy apothecary, but also forcing off those tactical marines. Not sure why they didn't immediately turn around and start shooting at the apothecary, but not that big of a deal. Those tac marines got stuck in melee with the apothecary, which was a bad situation for him, but he moved his apothecary out of the way, sending his apothecary behind cover so he'll take less damage but still give off that area of effect, heal over time. Now with the sanguine sword, chain sword, you know, going to be able to easily tank a lot of damage, do a lot of damage, and heal up too. You can see over here Gutterpin, you know, not having a good run of it with Savage Riot, getting forced back, those Banshees capping that, and their power is getting bashed out also. They need to get some power down, or else risk being set behind pretty badly. Already Red Team losing a significant amount of victory points, but having some real good success here in the center lane, but not really doing too well on the sides. You need to at least win both sides, or one side and the middle, to get significantly ahead to win on this map, I would think. But you can see over here that Head setting up a Tarantula turret, able to lock this spot down. That's not going to be taken over anytime soon. But Assault Marines coming out here for Catastrol, a appropriate counter to the turret. Also, if you can actually, and I found out that Tactical Marines are actually really good at punching turrets to death if you can get them up to it, but only if you can get them up to it. So from this turret's position, he'd have to walk all the way around here and then get his Tactical Marines up in their face. But not saying that it's impossible, it would be a little bit difficult. Setting up another Tarantula turret here, being kind of cheesy, but it's a strategic move, so can't really blame him for that. He's spending his allotted amount of power into these turrets, which is, you know, a sound strategy. Needs to finish that turret really quickly. That those scouts eating a lot of damage from those Assault Marines, going to go down. Ouch. Definitely not a good move. But should finish that turret. It's a couple of seconds, dude. Come on. But ends up kind of backing up just a little bit. Let's see what Gulf is up to. Sending his hero up there along with one of his tactical squads. Everybody going for some really strange builds here. Going for quadruple guardsmen, and that's going to spell disaster for the Red Team's Tactical Marines. Getting Catastrol, getting the standard strategy Tactical Marines into Assault Space Marines, Savage Riot apparently lost his first guardian squad. If you hear fighting in the background, it's my dogs. They are in the room with me, and they're in the room with me because they have to be. Someone is fixing our doorknob at the moment. And not able to cancel that turret either. Needs to retreat. Hello? 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 No, oh. For the love of God. Okay, so Head losing a tactical squad unnecessarily, and it's not like he didn't know there was a retreat button. He just didn't retreat. And these DoW2R's tactical marines going to get caught up with these assault space marines, needs to retreat as soon as possible out of there. I heard some wailing banshees. Does retreat out of there. He knows what the retreat key is. Good man. And is going to do an all-out retreat. I probably would have stayed a little bit longer, but you know what? I can't fault you for that move. Coming over here and doing some gen bashing, the Force Commander purchased the Storm Shield upgrade. Not a very good upgrade for him. I mean, it does give him additional health and additional armor, but not really worth it. His, you know, the ability slowing him down and slowing all of his allied units down, and really doesn't go well with any of the late game gear. I mean, it still has the ability to go late game because it nullifies suppression, but just not something that pairs well with all of the other war gear. So Howling Banshee's coming to get these tactical marines. They get out of there. GTFO. There are tactical marines everywhere, and a lot of these units blobbing up. Getting a Devastator squad. I'm guessing because of the Imperial Guard guardsmen numbers on there. That is an easy way to shut them down quite easily. But I'm not feeling like that's such a really good idea with as many Tarantula turrets are on the map, actually. Might just become a bit redundant. But yeah, that turret goes down. Gulf trying to save it for his ally, not able to do so. Unfortunately, those Banshees did get forced off, doing quite a bit of damage to them. They lost all but 2 models. And Flamer Tacts and regular Tacts. This is the Banana Whack army. They are blue on one side and red on the other, and they flip-flop. They are pancakes. You know what I mean. Devastator Marines finally coming out onto the field. All of Blue Team hitting Tier 2 now, and he's going to go for Warp Spiders. A solid decision at this point. Oh god, Plasma, no! Oh, ouch. Those tactical marines eating a plasma grenade right in the face. Still haven't lost a model though, and is fortunate for that. Using his battle cry, giving his units more damage to own the living crud out of all of the units. And again, almost forgetting to finish the turret there, but finally, you know, remembers, oh hey, I need to finish it. And those Devastators doing a lot of damage to those Assault Marines. Now, I mean, remember, Devastators, while they are weak versus this type of disruption and dedicated melee unit, can still do a lot of damage if you put them in the right position. And you can see that he's coming out with a Dreadnought because that is a solid strategy versus what's going on here. He's probably just a little bit unaware of exactly what the enemy could be going for. And again, with that Apothecary, the lack of anti-vehicle capability, that Dreadnought, really, really, really good to have. Should be using his Defend ability to keep his Force Commander alive just a little bit longer, but doesn't need to. Still, I thought maybe probably should have. Tactical Marines eating a lot of shots in the face. Those Warp Spiders are just so powerful when it comes to dealing out damage. Power shots goes through armor, and has an excellent rate of fire too. All of these guardsmen getting stuck and suppressed and everything, using the carapace armor, which is stand firm, to break suppression. Assault Marines almost going down here. He's got double Assault Space Marines, and that is fairly... It's a fairly solid response to what's coming down on the field right now, but with the lack of support, they're not going to be particularly good in this scenario. So, of course, hashtag typical me, you know, looking at the score, not paying attention to it. Blue team not really paying much attention to their points and capturing and everything like that. Red team just kind of overwhelming them with their numbers and their unit strategy. There's a couple of things I would have changed to make that, to improve upon their strategies, but all around, they chose some very safe strategies, and were fairly well playing too, as far as their stratagems were. Losing a little bit too much for my likings here and there, but, considering that the enemy team kind of went for this weird style of let's just mass up units, except for Catastrol, they played, Red team played appropriately for, the Eldar player, Banshees, Double Guardians, and Warp Spiders. Not going to be real good at dealing with these suppression teams and those Tarantula turrets. However, Catastrol getting the right idea, getting a Dreadnought and 2 Assault Space Marine squads out to deal with that, having lost his scout squads early in the game, would force him to purchase another scout squad to repair this thing. But with another Dreadnought out there on the field, that is going to all but nullify his strategy. And with all of the tacticals and devastators on the field, not really going to be easy for the blue team to have crushed through and did the damage that they needed to get back in the game. So they ended up quitting, GGing out, before the game really started to, get to that point. It was going to be over here in just a little bit anyway. And surprised not to see the Purification Vials. I'm guessing that's because every time he engaged or something, he was probably with the Space Marine player, and Purification Vial not too wonderful against the Space Marines, and with the Lord General in these Guardsmen units, he could easily buff their speed and move them out of the way, or just all around support them to keep them alive. So other than that, all I could say is blue team, bad unit choices, save for Catastrol, and at that point there's really not much Catastrol really could have done for his team, considering their poor choice of units. But and then that shows you the importance of waiting to see what you really need to counter your opponent. Those quadruple guardsmen would have been excellent if the Space Marine team didn't get any suppression, but the very second that happened, it was all over. Catastrol not really able to fix that problem because of how much suppression there was, and should have had some allied support which would have fixed that problem, but he didn't get that allied support. And Savage Riot losing his initial Guardian squad and then bleeding quite a lot of resources on those Howling Banshees, not really paying off for him too well. Should have hit like tier 2 and gone for like Wraith Guard or a Wraith Lord or something like that instead of those Warp Spiders. Wraith Lord definitely would have been more beneficial, or Wraith Guard would have been beneficial to deal with those turrets and those setup teams. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this game. I enjoyed watching the game. I enjoyed casting it. It really seems like, you know, these games really aren't long enough for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm enjoying them too much, you know. But anyway, yeah, again, I'm going to post my email down below. And, you know, you guys can send me replays. Don't be shy. I'm not going to be mean to you or tell you you suck or anything like that. No. I will be as fair-mannered as I possibly can, and you know, I can help you understand what strategies you did right or wrong or whatever, or if you just want to show off, you know, that'd be great, and I'd like to use your video as a lesson. But yeah, if you like the video, leave a like. If you'd like to talk to me or something like that, leave a comment down below. I will do my best to reply to it. And if you love the video, go ahead and subscribe. There will be plenty more videos to come. That's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. Yeah, this is IceNC. Remember, outsider, I'll hate you for it, and I'll catch you partners later.